clearly
Yeah.
on the alert for an error of some kind. And at this point, she is kind of building up to finding an error just because she wants to, rather than seeing one. She's kind of feeling the need to make an example of someone. And at this point, she's through the luck
Okay.
of the moment, she is coming closer and closer to Katy.
Okay. So
Okay.
Filia is in the scene. Is like an agent in disguise. Basically, at the moment, is on the head of a lady, like an unknown figure for the moment, who stands right in front of the window of Kitty's class. So I'm basically right outside the glass. And of course, I smile to Katy, and I use my feather of the hat to tap on the window to warn her.
Aha.
Mrs. Which would be approaching.
So I think Miss Sandwich sees Katy looking outside the window.
Man
And she
cannot get anything past that woman. I swear to God.
just taps on the desk. So what's so interesting, Katy? Perhaps we should put you in a dark room so you will not be distracted anymore.
And Katy says, holding up her lesson nicely, with very, very good manners, holds it up and says, God save the Queen, ma'am.
Since Mrs. Dunwich is in a bit of a mood, she can't do anything, but she takes it as you taking the piss out of her.
Oh, I was being good. Damn it.
So she takes the homework from Katy's hand, but leans forward, says good in front of the class, but then leans forward, speaking just to Katy. I am watching you, Missy.
I'm real happy with Sophia. Sophia put me on the alert, got my, I don't think Sophia got me in trouble. I think Miss Dunwich was on it. I think she was on the hunt already. So I'm familiar with Miss Dunwich. I know every one of her little twitches. So I'm glad Sophia, tipped me the nod. Here she comes, right? So good. This, maybe I'm moving too fast on this one, but I'm ready to be protected on this one. Thank you very much. Unless the shadow, wait. Screw the shadow.
Okay. Okay, so you're feeling protected, and okay. I mean,
Gotta
Shadow,
move fast.
you can-
You got to move fast with Mrs. Dunwich. That's what I have to tell you. You can't.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And
great.
she will never be satisfied.
Oh no.
Katy.
Watching me,
No matter what.
fine. That's status quo as far as I'm concerned. That's back to the baseline. I'm good with that. Right. My knuckles are not wounded. My no dunce
count
cap.
as a win.
Right. We're good. Okay.
Okay, so Alex,
Yeah.
do you want to go on like a very quick scene, or you want to continue with however?
I will go on and say that Mrs. Dunwich can't blame directly Katy, but she has to take it out on someone. So she proclaims in front of all the class that since some of you, indicative pause, are not treating this class with the respect it deserves, everyone is getting extra homework for tomorrow.
Okay.
And, you know, all the other kids are, and everybody starts looking at each other just to see who's to blame for this.
Well, the last person they talked to, of course, that she talked to, of course. Right.
Okay, I think it's pretty obvious who is to blame. And this is why you all see Ophelia, I mean the lady who wears Ophelia, disappear from the windows, and shortly after reappears in the front of the class, and the lady says, but maybe it's just Ophelia, is not really clear. Mrs. Dunwich, the headmaster, has to inform you that tomorrow all the classes are going on a mandatory field trips in the country. So classes will resume the day after tomorrow. And then Ophelia winks.
Ha! Take that, Mrs. Dunwich. I got a hat.
This day has been made significantly worse for Mrs. Dunwich because she now
Can't
has to go
torture a
into the
child
mud.
every day. Come on, Mrs. Dunwich.
She'll be all muddy and it'll be your fault.
Okay, so I think the question is, Katy, are you feeling protected?
Oh, yeah. Corporal punishment is very savage in this day and age, in this particular period. I have avoided all of that, and with the hat's help, and I am very grateful.
Okay. Shadow, what do you think? Do you have enough for a nonetheless?
I think I
do you
just
want
saw
to
the
keep-
shadow drink. Did I understand that? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The camera
Huh?
wouldn't move. Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay. So what's the nonetheless?
I think it's what we said before, that sometimes you just don't need to be good because people will never be satisfied anyway.
Yeah. I was thinking
Scary.
something
Good
about
is-
procrastination, but yours is better.
Yeah, I like that though. That good is a tool. Good is a technique.
Yeah. Nonetheless, good is overrated.
Right. Or yeah, something like that. Oh, it's very effective,
putting-
but it's just not necessarily, not because it's good. It's just useful.
I am having the worst flashbacks from middle school.
Oh
Just
no.
Putting it out there. Phew,
Okay.
I was not expecting
Well,
it.
this is Eduardo's role in life, to create
Yeah.
bleed in role playing experiences. That's his pride and his function. So I suppose we should be happy about it. Right.
Okay. So I open the last interlude and I ask, of course, Ophelia, the party is on top on a fake head, a mannequin head, and
I was
she
wondering
talks,
about that. Yeah.
she talks moving the plastic mouth,
Okay.
and
Creepy.
I know.
yes,
Right.
I mean, she's a mind controlling cat, so talking with a plastic mouth is the less. And
At
she
least it's
asks,
not a ventriloquist dummy. I would draw the line at that.
okay,
Right.
yeah. And so, do you think what happened is good for Katie?
Ooh, whom are you asking?
Both of you.
I think Sophia is a bit angry.
Yeah, I'm a little disturbed. Yeah.
It's easy to hurt Katy like that, but it doesn't do any good in the long run. You just avoided making hard choices.
I don't know. She was in the captivity of the enemy, and it's a shame. It's a shame what one has to do in those circumstances. You have to use any means necessary, but it's a shame. It's a terrible thing to be a prisoner. There are no heroes in prisons.
That is true.
It's sad.
Indeed.
I hate having to agree. I hate having to agree with the hat, but it's
I'm
I cannot see
I'm-
another way.
I think what Sophia would say is put your oxygen mask first, but I don't know the Victorian equivalent of that phrase, but
Oh,
to take care of others, you have to take care of yourself first sometimes.
yeah.
But yeah, that's
I'm
In the
trying to
end.
come up with some particularly horrific use of ether and as an anesthetic. I mean the ether will kill you through vomiting and ripping your stitches, but it will also knock you out while they operate on you. So I guess you have to suck the ether sometime and hope for the best.
Yes.
I think that's something Napi would say.
Okay. I think I also agree. It wasn't my shiniest moment, but in the end, it wasn't also a teaching moment as well. Maybe
You were
I
a
don't know.
protector. I mean, you were not a mentor. You were not a lens. You were a
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did the protection. That happened.
Yes, and to be fair, maybe the field trip was a blast.
True. True.
Okay, so we played our bulk of scenes. We can go on for another round, but
I think
course,
for our
for
purposes tonight, this is good.
yes, this is the minimum viable product of this game. So we can jump to conclusion. That is with two parts. If you want, we can do a short break before continue
No, I
again.
think we should. I am ready. I don't know about you, but I am
No.
okay with
I'm
continuing.
ready as well. Alex, do you need a moment?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. So we do the conclusion in two steps, and one is called creating memories, and the other one is talking about the causes. So first we creating memories, and the premise is Katy has outgrown us as friends and is no longer sitting with at the tea party. And nonetheless, some memories of the times they spent together have survived. But be aware, growing up always put things in a different perspective. For this reason, we are taking turns, and of course, they are turns in which everyone can help. In creating a memory for Katy, we can take an inspiration from a nonetheless or a nightmare, but we haven't done any nightmare, so just the nonetheless. And
Although the
okay,
classroom certainly was there was some potential for a nightmare to grow in that classroom. I was
Yeah.
I was a little afraid of that actually. But
Yeah,
but
but we decide to be pretty safe. So okay, and okay, we remain all intact, so no monster on this game. So every one of you, every one of us will create a memory that Katie will reluctantly remember, but that she will nonetheless take into her adulthood. So we create some moment, not necessarily the one we've played, that I inspired, but by a nonetheless, and Katie will remember. Okay.
can you repeat
So
the three nonethelesses
yes,
or moreovers or whatever they were? They're all
I'm
nonetheless, right? Okay. So
yes. So I'm like copying them on all on the last message. So we have those. And the nonetheless are nonetheless good is not necessarily good or the best way to move forward. Nonetheless, Katie is looking at whispers like the Wheezy way, and nonetheless, people are not your that are not your real mom doesn't care about you.